All right, guys. And check this out. I want to just tell you something about this theft that's been going on. It started around, I would say, when everybody started trying to steal was like the first week in November. And ever since the first week in November, everybody's trying to steal food. Okay, guys. What a perfect time! I told y'all they just recently went up on food, like the 20. It's like 25 to 40%. The food has went up, and the restaurant food is ridiculous. Okay, I told y'all about the hot dog and milkshake that's $17 from a regular hot dog stand. I don't know how people paying that price. Okay, um, mm, everybody's trying to steal food. Even so-called people who live upscale downtown trying to steal food. Everybody's trying to steal food, and it's just amazing how the inflation increase happened right around the holidays. It's almost like they did that on purpose just to distract you. You distracted with the holidays. Well, it's a perfect time, but by the time it hits these people, how much money they paying for food, and this is another reason why you might as well just stop eating so much meat. I mean, you can't afford to eat meat every day unless you're eating some human meat. You understand? It's too expensive. You know what I'm saying? It's too expensive. So you might as well just go ahead and be on a diet, stop eating so much meat, and I'll take down the cost of your grocery bill. Another thing too, guys. Another thing about this stuff, I go into these restaurants. Not all of them have done it yet, but eventually all of them be doing it. What do I mean? So I walk in, I say, I got an order for so and so. They're going in their tablets or computer right now, and they have to look up the order. So and then they tell you to confirm the order right in front of your face. Now keep in mind that this person who works at the restaurant is trying to serve the customers inside the restaurant as well as take care of the gig workers. See, these restaurant workers got played. That's why I can never work in a restaurant again. How do they get played? Okay, I used to work at quite a few restaurants in my day, guys, and I can't imagine having to do the duties inside that restaurant as well as having to cater to gig drivers coming in that want their food right away so they can make their money. So all this work and burden has been put on this employee at the restaurant, but they not getting twice as paid. Now are they? And the restaurant is not hiring more workers. The restaurant, they won't even hire one worker to say, hey, I want you to take care of these gig apps, and that's it. They won't do it. Why? Because they're trying to save money. Because their little business is going broke. They're not going to hire anybody to say, hey, we're going to hire you. We just want you to do gig apps. When you see these tickets come up, when you see these drivers come in, your responsibility is to deal with them. If you need any help, then you can ask one of the waitresses who work inside the restaurant. You see what I'm saying, guys? Now, that would be the humane way of doing things. So if you're working inside of a restaurant, you should just be working for the gig apps. Because as you see, we got more priority than you do. We make more money than you do. Uh, we have more. It's we have more. Like um, it's like we have more respect than you do. Believe me, those gig orders are very important to these businesses. As a matter of fact, the gig orders are more important to these businesses than the actual people coming in the restaurant, because they know if we get on lockdown again, they're gonna have to make sure that gig thing is going well, because they don't know when they're gonna have to close their doors again to the people sitting inside the restaurant because of some scamdemic, and then they're gonna have to depend solely on the gig workers coming in. So they can't disrespect the gig drivers. That's why when the whole scandemic hit, and I told y'all I was on a bike in New York City in 20-degree weather on a bike at age 40. Oh my goodness, man! God, come save us, please. Every time I think about that, I say, no, 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 I didn't. There's no way I did that. Yep, I did that, guys. I sure did. I did that. But if you were working inside of a restaurant, you need to seriously think about, okay, well maybe you're only gonna work in that restaurant for another few months anyway. But if you plan on staying in food service, you need to you working in a restaurant, you need to just come over to the gig apps, because you're gonna get more respect, you're gonna make more money, you're gonna set your own rules, and you're gonna get free food like I get free food. If you're working inside of a restaurant, most likely you're not being treated well. So, it doesn't make. That's why I say it doesn't make sense to have a 9 to 5 in this restaurant. It just doesn't make sense. And not unless you're making a lot of money, okay, which most of them, majority of them are not. This is why they have to bring all these immigrants in here, guys, to replace the Americans, to replace the losses, because after they pull all this shit that they've been pulling, they already know Americans are gonna revolt. So what do? You let all the foreigners come in here who think America is just the greatest thing in the world, so that they can replace the losses of the people who are gonna revolt. And now the people who are gonna revolt, those people don't have no jobs, and they're slowly killing themselves. Uh, Alcohol, mostly alcohol, with the black people, and meth with the white folks.